Hello friends, welcome to TMXing Adventures. Lisa here. I'm so excited to share this recipe with you. Now this is a recipe that I made first in my TM31 over 11 years ago. I have tweaked it and changed it to make it faster and simpler and easier. You can make it in mini muffins, little loaf tin, you can do a big slab, which is what I'm going to do today, where I simply put baking paper in a large dish and pour it in. Some of you have been around for a long time, you've seen me do this time and time again. So let me take you through the shortcuts today that I do on this amazing zucchini slice recipe, which in my case, it might as well be called veggie slice because it's not just zucchini. So I'm going to go start. First thing it asks for is cheese, but I think it might ask me to preheat the oven. So let's see. Yeah, preheat the oven to 180. Grease and line a Lamington dish. Place 100 grams of cheddar cheese. I never have cheddar cheese, but I've always got tasty. Approximately 100 grams. Don't get hung up on the exact amounts in this recipe. Oh, I love that it goes, off it goes. Normally it says to grate. We're not going to grate. We're going to grate once we put everything into the Thermomix. So you can follow this step by step, but I like using a guided recipe as a guide. It says transfer to a bowl and set aside. Again, I don't want to dirty a second bowl, so come with me and watch how I do this. Come down to this step here. We're going to mark this as our current step. And it says zucchini. Now this is where I get a bit creative. So I do have zucchini. Okay, but I also have a couple of small carrots, tops and tails included. Did not peel them, just wash them. By the way, ends on your zucchinis are edible as well. Then I've also got some capsicum. I'm a little overweight, but that's okay. It won't matter too much. Now I go next. It's going to ask me to grate, but then it's going to ask me to put it aside. And I actually don't want to do that. I want to include in it, and at this point in time, if I had leftover roast chicken or some bacon or ham, I'd chuck that in as well. And I'm going to chuck in my purple onion. Now this recipe calls for a brown onion, but if you've got brown, you have to cook it so it's not like too strong. If you've got purple, you don't have to cook it. So I'm going to do that. Now we're going to grate. We've got all the ingredients in that we want in this veggie slice or zucchini slice. So I'm going to 4-second speed 4. It's gonna need longer because I've got the cheese I haven't grated in there. It's got more veggies than it was needing. So it's chopped, but nowhere near what I need. So all we do is we repeat that step and we go play. Probably, can you see it dancing? Don't walk away, right? You can, but not in this case. What I'm actually going to do this time is I know how long this needs, and it's longer than this. I could do this about another 2 or 3 times, and it will be right. But what I'm going to do instead is I'm going to actually manually adjust the time. So I'm going to click on this, and I'm going to, rather than go speed 4, I'm going to go all the way up to speed 5.5. I'm going to put this on 5 seconds, and we're going to... So I was listening then for the sound to sound like it was done. I'm going to have a look, check there's no massive chunks now. And that's what I want. Can you see that? Completely. I need to get you under there a bit. There you go. Completely grated. That's what we want. So normally it's transfer aside. I'm avoiding this at all costs, which is why we've done what we've done so far. So there's the brown onion. There's the bacon. I'm going to make this completely vegetarian today, so I'm leaving the bacon out. I'm not even putting any chicken in. I could put salami, like anything if you want, or nothing like today. So I just skip through those steps. Scrape down the sides, next. Okay, now normally, so if you were to follow this exactly as it is, you've transferred the cheese aside, you transferred your grated veggies, you've put in onion and bacon, you've chopped it, now you're going to cook it. We're still skipping that. And here we go. Here's back to our ingredients. So we've got 5 eggs. In they go. We've got rice flour. Now again, if you've got a second bowl, of course you can mill that down, but why bother when you could just use plain flour? So I'm using gluten-free. You can just use standard. Okay, I tell you, the only difference in taste is my kids, when I do rice flour, say to me it tastes like fried rice slice. Otherwise, they really don't notice a difference. It just is a binder so that it can all come together and thicken. Look at how that goes. Now it says salt. The magic ingredient, especially when you don't have bacon or chicken, is your veggie stock. Now mine, it's red from capsicum. That's okay. 1 pinch. So we're just going to put in half a teaspoon. We don't want to go too crazy. Otherwise, it is going to be too salty. And then last up is some pepper. 1 pinch of pepper. Now there is a couple, I think one more ingredient left. We need to add some oil in a second. We'll go next. Okay, they've added now the dry ingredients back in. And now we want the oil. I'm actually going to add sunflower oil today because that's just what I've got on hand. It's 80 grams. You could actually melt down butter in this recipe. That would also be a substitute for this oil. And I also find you can go a little on the lighter side. So you don't have to go all the way up. So next up, oh, donk. I'm just going to wipe that screen down. Tear. Not tear. We need next. Not tear. Now we're going to combine it and we're actually done. So in such a short amount of time, you can pull this recipe together so beautifully in your Thermomix. Just looking for a spatula. I'm going to scrape down the sides in a second. And now it's going into, in my case, a big glass rectangle dish with baking paper in it and into the oven. It cooks for exactly the same as the recipe calls for. So I'm just going to scrape down the sides. Might even just manually mix this in. It's pretty much, it's sloppy enough. But as I said, muffin trays, little mini loaves. I've done it on all sorts of things over the years and it is just absolutely, I can't tip it up and show you, it's going to make a mess, but absolutely beautiful. So I'll get this into the container, into the oven and give this a go. Add this to your to-dos. Let me just tell you how long to cook. 30 minutes at 180 until golden brown. This is perfect for snacks. It's perfect for lunch and dinners. It's perfect to put in the freezer when life gets hectic so that you can just pull this out when you need it as well. So I hope this inspires you to give this recipe a go. Let me know what you think when you do. And if you've got any questions, put your favorite veggies in and give this a go. We'll see you in the next video soon. Bye for now.